All right. Oh, no. All right. G'day, Steel Nation Australia. G'day, Steel Nation Worldwide. We seem to be having some problems. We've only got one friend, one Pittsburgh Steeler friend in here, which is my mate Dylan. Which I don't. Where is everybody? What are you doing? Come on. Hey. Am I that bad? Am I that terrible? Nah, it's fine. One person, 100 people. We'll do the show. Let's get on with the show. I look tired as today. G'day, guys. Welcome to Steel Nation Australia on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Welcome to Steel Nation Worldwide. Let's talk about our Pittsburgh Steelers and the AFC North Rundown. It's a funny thing doing these live streams. You get a bit of, your confidence goes way down when, sometimes you get 0 viewers and then other times you get 100 and plus. So let's do it anyway. If you guys do come into the chat, put your questions and then we'll see what we can talk about with our Pittsburgh Steelers. So let's bring it up. Okay, 1 second. Oops. Yeah, any questions along the way? There's no one in the live chat just yet, which is fair enough. If you guys want to watch us back, that'd be cool. So we'll make it quick and short. But let's go through the PowerPoint. Let's go through the AFC North Rundown. Any questions, put them in the chat. Any comments as we go through. All right. Because it has been a pretty funny week. We have, we've lost now two in a row for our Steelers. So that's quite, that's different. We're 5-5-1. Okay, the AFC North Rundown, week 13, six games to go. 5-5-1. A lot of people are giving up. Like I said in yesterday's video, we have a lot of comments in there. A lot of people coming in. As I actually see now on 7 mate, there's how fitting is this 7 mate? They've got the Steelers on. They might be talking about Bill Cowher. They've actually got. It could be Super Bowl 40, I think. They normally show this one. Yeah, cool. You guys might be watching that. 7 mate in Australia. I'm pretty sure they're going to show the Super Bowl 40, the run. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. So let's look back at this week's games, and we have to start with the dismal performance that was the Steelers versus Bengals, 41-10. Look, we've been over it a few times, and pretty much in a nutshell, it wasn't a good game. Big Ben didn't play well. Our defense played horrible. Led up over 200 yards rushing. No one stepping up. What didn't do anything. I can't really name one player that played well in this game. Not one player. So that sucks. We just, it happens. And this is the game where now, fair to say, our season's over because we lost one game, and it's a bad taste in our mouth that we lost this game. But in reality, it's only one game. But for the purpose of the program, the AFC North Football, the Cincinnati Bengals are a young, angry side. Mike Hilton got a pick 6. Joe Burrow is playing really well, even though he got sacked a few times. T. Higgins burnt James Pierre. Who else played pretty well? What's his name? I can't think of his name. Jamar Chase. He played well. Yeah, they got a good O-line. They're a strong football team now. They're not the same old Bengals that used to fall over their own feet. They're actually playing pretty well as a Bengals side, and they're coming second. We'll talk about that. They're coming second in the AFC North. Okay, so let's move on. We don't want to talk about that anymore. That's history. They've beat us 3 times in a row now. I hate them a lot. I hate their colors, man. I can't stand their black stripes and their orange. Yeesh. Can't stand it. Okay, next game. We had the Baltimore Ravens versus the Cleveland Browns. This was actually a pretty fun game to watch. We did a live stream on that. A lot of you guys came in and enjoyed the content and was watching pretty much the slow offense and the terrible, quarterback play we had. Baker Mayfield was really bad in this game too. He's a gunslinger, but he plays like Brett Favre, and he thinks he's got one, but the next minute he throws it to the opposition side. Lamar Jackson's his pinpoint QB accuracy is not there. So many overthrows, so many throws that went out of bounds. He threw the ball interception 4 times. So these both teams rely on their defense and they rely on their running game. And the funny thing is, the only running game now they have at the moment for the Ravens is using Lamar's legs when things break down. Will be very interesting to see what happens with the Steelers and the Ravens when they go together, because you will have no TJ Watt and Bush is non-existent right now. So how are we going to slow down Lamar? For this game, I kind of wanted the Browns to win just to even up the standings. But now the Browns, when we get into the actual standings, you'll see the Browns are coming third. That's a lie. They're actually fourth based on the percentage. So let's move on. Yeah, right here. So the Ravens 8-3, Cincinnati 7-4, Browns 6-6, and the Steelers 5-1. So now with that visual and that image there, in actuality, doesn't mean too much, but the Steelers actually have a game or half a game lead over the Browns, and they're third. So, it doesn't mean much. No, you need to start winning. Both sides need to start winning, really, okay, to get up there. This is still anyone's AFC North division. 6 games to go. The Bengals could run out. They got two Chargers and Niners coming up, and the Ravens have Steelers and Browns, and the Steelers have Ravens and the Vikings. So anyone's division right now. The leader is the AFC leading. North is the number 1 seed is the Ravens. How funny is that? How funny is the Ravens, the number 1 seed? They've had 3 overtime games. They're not scoring any points. They're just sneaking away with field goals. Lamar Jackson turned it over 4 times. They're not a good football side. I don't. People say that we're a bad football side. The Steelers are a bad football side. The Ravens are not a good football side. Maybe on defense, yes. Maybe they're coached to win and to get those ugly wins. I can see us beating the Ravens this week. I really can. It's bad offense versus bad offense, and what defense is going to show up. So somehow, they could easily be take away, 5-6, 5-7. Man, they've just been sneaking away. You watch some of their games, they just beat the Lions on a 66-yard field goal. No one does that. They just beat the Vikings too, I think, with a field goal in overtime. And there's still one more overtime game. I can never remember who it was, but there's a third one as well. There's a third overtime game. And they just snuck away to 16-10 over the Browns. And that was a really dismal performance. So, the AFC North, and they're coming first. I just don't see it. If anything, I would put, the Patriots are getting up there. The Patriots are coming second in the AFC conference, a much better team, far better team than the Ravens. If the Patriots played the Ravens today, they would beat them by 40 points. And very similar, the Patriots will probably beat us by 40 points. Okay, next. The Tennessee Titans, they're dropping. They've lost now 2 in a row, I'm pretty sure. So they're getting a bit of trouble. They're slowly trending down out of the playoffs. The AFC West is 4th. KC is 7-4. And they're trending up. Mahomes and their crew is really getting together. They had a really slow start, but they're starting to get things together. Okay, who's coming next? The 5th seed is the Bengals, the stupid Bengals. They beat us, and now they're the 5th seed. They're 7-4. Who would have thought that in the AFC North, the Bengals would have 7 wins? They've been terrible for the last few years, and here they are having 7 wins and have a chance to contend for the division. I don't know what hurt me more, missing the AFC North or seeing the Bengals win the AFC North. That would piss me off. The Buffalo Bills are 6. Yeah, I think they're kind of average too, to be honest. They've been up and down, so they're pretty average. And the 7th seed is the Chargers, and they're another team too. Well, this week we have the Chargers versus the Bengals. So this is also going to shake things up too. And the Chargers are chasing the KC. Okay, so let's go into it. NFL Week 13, you have the Chargers versus the Bengals. I haven't really got a hot take on this one. I think it's 2 young quarterbacks. It's Herbert versus Burrow. Eckler versus Mixon, in the running back. But I kind of just want to see. I want to see that what I just want to see Chargers sneak away in this one. Because if the Bengals start to win these games and, really if they beat the Chargers and Niners, they're going to run away with this division. They're going to be in the playoffs. And I just don't want to see them in the playoffs as much as I wish we got to hope for the Chargers to win this game at some point. It'll be great. So yeah, 6-5 or 7-4. It's a big game for both these two clubs because we're sitting on that fringe level, and they're all around the AFC standings. Who's going to be in the playoff hunt? Who's going to do this? Who's a real playoff team? This is going to be a great matchup. This could also be in the future. Could be a playoff game, and that'd be fun to watch too. So let's move into the next game, which we all know what it is. Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Baltimore Ravens. And I'm gonna go quickly through this, guys, and then I'm gonna come back to the chat and see if there's any questions, and we're gonna talk about it that way. But pretty much, I think, I hope, I pray. I just want to see us do better. I want to see us be more competitive. I don't care who's anywhere. I don't care who's in what position. Hayden still might be out. Watt's out. Ray's coming back. Big Ben's coming back. I don't care. You have to go out there and put something on the field, and you have to win this game. If you lose this game, 5-6-1, we're pretty much done. We're done for the AFC North, and we're so close to being done for the playoffs. Now, a lot of you guys want that. A lot of you guys want a team to lose so we get a higher draft pick. But on the other side, a lot of you guys are hoping, like me, that we can go on a run and win 5 out of 6, or win 6 out of 6, or win 4 out of 6, win at least the 3 divisional games. So I've got this one, Steelers 17-13. Okay, let me come back to the chat. I'm going to get a quick bit of water, and we'll see if there's any questions, and we'll start to talk some AFC North ball, and we'll start to wrap it up. Oh, I forgot. The Cleveland Browns versus the Bye. No one cares. No one cares about the Browns. Okay. Give me a look here. So I've got Angel in the chat. Just give me 1 second. Just going to get a sip of water and sort this out. Okay, and we're back. Excellent. So that was a very quick show. Actually, no one's really came in, but I do have is it Angel here? Which is cool. Maybe you guys are busy. Maybe next time I'll do it at a different time. I think it's morning in Australia, and it's between like smoko and lunchtime. So people could be very busy, or no one likes me. Either way. Okay. Angel says here, what about the Dolphins winning 5 in a row? Have they really? I didn't know that. I didn't know that they won 5 in a row. Where are they coming in the standings? Let's have a look. There's no way the Dolphins have won 5 in a row. Wow. No, have they? Were they 0-7? Oh, they've won 4 in a row. Okay. All right, let's jump into this. Let's make this a Dolphin podcast. Who have they beaten? The Dolphins. That's amazing. So they must have been 1-7, and now they've won 4 in a row. The Miami Dolphins also. I think Tua was out for a little bit too, so he might be back. I can't get the full schedule. Man, NFL.com is bad for their schedule. I shouldn't have used that one. Oh, okay. So in week 8, they lost to the Buffalo Bills, and they started to win there. The Dolphins started to win on the winning streak against the Houston Texans, 17-9. Oh, that's right. They beat the Ravens the other week. Yes, that's right. They beat the Ravens in that massive, that great defensive game. That was awesome to see. So then they go on to win against the New York Jets 24-17. That's 3 in a row. And then last week they beat the Carolina Panthers 33-10. And now they're facing the New York Giants. Wow. Okay. So if they win this week, they'll be 5 in a row against the Giants. Then they go on to a bye. And the Dolphins have the Jets, the Saints, the Tennessee Titans, the New England Patriots. They could be a very sneaky, AFC contender. I didn't even see that. That's very crazy. And from my memory, Angel, I think you are a New England Patriot fan, I'm pretty sure. If that's correct. I do have a very bad memory, but I think that's correct. But yeah, how interesting. If the Dolphins go and beat the New York Giants coming up in this week, have a bye, and then they're going to come back and have 5 more games or 4 more games to contend for the AFC, those standings, which is interesting because, right now if you look at the standings, it's so, man, there's Buffalo Bills on 7. There's the Dolphins on 5 wins, Colts on 6. Who else do we have with the AFC? That's a weird, man. The NFL is wild. They have the Miami Dolphins. They have a weird setup. The Chiefs are 7. Chargers, Broncos, and Raiders all have 6 wins. The Bengals, Browns, and Steelers have 7, 6, and 5. And yeah, so I guess the Miami Dolphins can sneak into this with 4 wins in a row, and the AFC East is quite competitive now. Not for the title. I think for the title, the New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills, they will fight it out. But, for the AFC 7th seed, which is, the Chargers at the moment, they're only 1 game behind. They're only 1 game behind the Chargers. So, yeah, people say we have problems with our team, with the Steelers being really rough, and we're not going to go to the playoffs. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do that. But the AFC conference in itself is, there's the Ravens on 8, and there's 3 games away. There's the eighth spot, Dolphins on 5. So that, make that of what you will. G'day, Glenn. Just read that Tomlin reinforced the message that he needs intensity, practicing, pads on, therefore training with intensity. Hopefully they carry that. Yeah, I agree. So there's a funny thing about practicing, and Glenn, if you got a chance, mate, turn on 7 May. There's the Super Bowl. There's a Super Bowl 40 on. I think Super Bowl 40 run is on 7 May again. The Super Bowl championship thing. Anyways, with the practices, yeah, it's funny because you can't. I think with the padded practices, there's only a certain amount of practices you can have per week or something, like 1 a week. The real thing is, though, you just got to knuckle up, haven't you? Like, I'm the guy to talk about. I'm not a very good, I don't play physical football, but, when I played tennis, if I wanted to serve a guy out of the match, you slam that sucker as hard as you can. You get you get the leg drive, you get your feet together, you get the fundamentals, you get everything together, and you ace that guy as best you can. If I wanted to be physical in a tennis game, when I did play tennis, you slog that ball right at his chest. You know what I mean? You send a message. If he comes to the net and he wants to challenge you, this is the best I can do with being physical in a sport, right? So I played tennis for 10 years. I was pretty good. If I had a guy, come to the net at me, I'd get around that ball and slog it as hard as I could, rip it, and you wouldn't aim for the sidelines or for the court. You aim for him. You send a message. You send a message to the other guy on the other side of the court or on the other side of the field. Don't fuck with me. Sorry for swearing, but don't. That's what this team needs to do. This team needs a mentality of, okay, you want to run your running back all day. Devin Bush, Joe Sherbert, don't fuck around. Just go and hit him as hard as you can. Don't fancy foot around and say, oh yeah, this is there's no inspiration in this team, in this defense. They need something. The blocking needs something on offense to really run over someone If Chase Claypool gets a first down from a 40-yarder and goes off, I don't want to see it, mate. You're already 10 points down. You catch the ball, you're 10 points down. Yes, you got a 40, a big play, and you're dancing and you're doing the first downs, you're doing all these things. I don't care. Just go back to the huddle and do it again. Do it again, do it again, do it again. Do what Hines Ward used to do. Hines Ward used to lay someone out, lay a lick on someone and just smile and then run back to the huddle and smile. He didn't dance too much. He didn't get, they do, like, I don't mind showing a bit of passion when you get like angry, but don't go on about it. If you're down by 30 points, don't celebrate too much. Just get on with life. Just get back to the huddle as best you can. I actually have a bit of a theory and idea. Some of these players are wasting their energy. Even like TJ Watt and the guys who get the sack, they get the sack and they do all these crazy dances and they waste their energy. And then you're thinking, mate, you still got third down to go. You still got third down and 12. We need you to do it again. Stop celebrating and tensing all your muscles up. Just hit the guy, get up and do it again. And then once you're off the field, go and do it. So just want to see hard contact focus in the Browns. Oh, you mean the Bengals? Yeah, the Bengals game was just embarrassing. Yeah, they weren't, mate. They weren't. Their heads were not in the game. They definitely weren't. Actually, in those kind of games, the Steelers haven't had their head in the game for a long time. It feels like. G'day, John. How's it going, mate? Coming in. Definitely agree. More running need the O-line support to pull it off. Yeah. Look, there's a lot about skill. There's a lot about you got to be really skillful on the you got to be skillful on the field. You got to do all these things, X's and O's. But when it comes down to it, I think it's backyard football, mate. Just grab them by the pads. And like I said, with my tennis analogy, I wasn't always the best player. I was versing guys who had more critique than me. But what I really excelled at was my serve and then volley game. So if it was in comparison to football, I just go and smash it in their face. Do a massive serve, send them out wide. He gives me a lollipop. I nail it for the win. Done. That's what I did. That's how I won my games. That's how I won, competitively and stuff like that. I would send him out wide on the serve, get him on the back foot. He'd give me a lollipop for a smash. Get my correct foot feeding, in place and smash for the win. I didn't fuck around. I didn't stuff around. So in football terms, if you put it that way, just know your assignment, know what lane to run into, know what man you need to block if you're Watt, Derek Watt, fullback, if you're Zach Banner, know something like that. Know who you have to go against. If you're a receiver, Washington, and you have to get a key block on the edge, if you're Fryermuth, Raider, Gentry, and they were missing blocks the other day. Those guys are missing blocks. If you know you have to get the certain guy, and that's your one role for that play is to set the edge and push back, and you have a lane. Go and watch back in the 2000s, even on 7-mate right now, when Willie Parker, I think it was DeCastro who got the block. He turned the guy around, and there was a lane. You and me, Glenn, could run through that lane. We got to have that smash mouth football like Jerome Bettis, who I can see on the screen right now. Joey Porter's talk on the screen right now. Like, we need these guys back. And we just haven't got that. There's no intensity. Zero. It's just not happening. I still believe they can do it because they have guys on the team who can do it. No, I didn't muck around. I don't. When I play competitive sport, and I don't really play physical. I never played football. I played soccer. I was terrible at soccer. I couldn't kick a ball. I was a defender for a reason, So let me get a sip of water, guys, and I'll come back for the last 5 minutes. Okay, let me end it on this. I want to say thanks to everyone coming in. At the start, it's pretty slow. I must have done it at the wrong time, but I'm not famous. I'm just some bloke from Australia. What am I saying? Yeah, you got to be physical in this game. AFC North football, you have to be physical. The Bengals ran over us. They didn't care about us. The teams are laughing at us. They don't care. They really do not care about what we are showing on the field. They don't care about the motions. They don't care about move. They don't care anything. Just don't think we're a physical threat on the field. It just doesn't happen. It's not happening if we start with the offense. Big Ben is a bit older and slower. He hasn't got any more. He's kind of off a little bit. I still believe, but he's off a little bit. Running game, Najee can't do it by himself. The O-line guys aren't getting things together. It's just not working. As I see Jerome Bettis go up the field in the snowy football versus the Bears. He's at the 40. Oh, yeah. Sorry, it's on 7, mate. We need something. Culturally, we need someone to go in there and shake them by the shoulder pads. If it's you and me, Glenn, mate, we'll fly over there. Take our Australian flag and we'll start singing Waltz, Sing Matilda. Start singing Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. I don't know. There's something missing, and it's been missing for a while now. It's been missing for the last 2 or 3 years since like the ABs, the Bells. There's no real leadership in that team. As I see Jerome Bettis run over Urlacher, we haven't got that. We don't. And these next few weeks will be the deciding factor. If we do have that, versus Lamar can be beaten. He's not the best quarterback passing. He's not the best, reading the defense. He gives the ball away so much. He's got 12 interceptions in the season and four forced fumbles. So we need to put pressure on Lamar. We need to get after him, make him force the football. If it's fumbles, if it's interceptions, we just need to get after it. And these players aren't doing that. They're just not doing any of that. And I don't know what it is. I don't think it's skill. Like skill and passion and commitment to the team is different. Skill is heaps different to, say, playing with your heart. You can be the worst player, like I said, when I was playing tennis. I was okay. I wasn't great. But you can be the worst player on football, soccer, AFL, NRL. You can have terrible technique, but sometimes passion and heart will get you over the line or make you be about average or a bit better. You've got to show commitment to the team, commitment to the run, commitment to like I said, commitment to blocking, commitment to the small things, the fundamentals, Don't give up on any play. Do not give up on any play. There's no, why would you, Cameron Hayward doesn't give up on any play. You throw an interception. If you throw your hands up, you shouldn't be throwing your hands up. If you're Claypool, Washington, or Deontay, and you give away that interception, the first point when you give away that interception, you should be stepping back on that right foot, braking and running back the other way. That's the first thing you should do. You don't go, oh, shit, I missed it, and then the other guy's got the ball. No, you stop your route and you run back the other way. The moment the defender catches that football for an interception, he turns into an offensive player, and you turn into a defensive player. You've got to run him down. Okay, that's got to happen, and it's not happening right now. We're not seeing it. Devin Bush and these guys are in their heads. Schobert, I think, is in his head. Cameron Sutton and James Pierre on the edge, in their heads. They're being reactive, not proactive. They're saying, oh, something happens in front of them, and then they're like, oh, crap, I better go tackle him. You should already know that player is going to be there from your study. Chase Claypool came out this week and said, what did he say? Oh, someone asked him, how do you think you can improve practice? He said, oh, I reckon we should play music. It's not the best answer, mate. Not the best answer. The way you improve practice or the way that you improve your team is go out and give 110%. Go out and play your hardest. You watch the film, you get teams around and you rally around your players. You don't say music. Oh, yeah, I reckon we play some music. Yeah. Put some Akadaka on. That'd be right. Yeah. Yeah, that'll do. No, you don't do that. Different these days, I think, with a lot of young players now, 20, 23 or 22. I'm 31, and I do find it funny as well. Like when I see Cameron Hayward, right? Cameron Hayward's my age. He's 32 or 33, and to me, he looks about 50. He has the veteran leadership, or the mentality, or that stigma of like just a massive dude that's gonna kill you. Cameron Hayward just reminds me of someone who's like 40, 45 that you don't stuff with, you don't mess with. You know, if he's got, and he told Chase to shut up. He said, you know, as soon as he heard that he wanted music in the locker room, music to make things, you know, light and fairy and get on with their practice, he said he wanted to rip the speakers out. So I'm hoping guys like Cameron Hayward, and when we had Alualu in there too, just guys like that, and Ben to a certain degree, just go around to each and every player and shake them by the shoulder pad and say, wake up, mate. Wake up. You know, something's got to change. To me, it's not the skill level. I think we have a lot of guys who are very skillful. Chase Claypool, Deontay. Some of the O-line guys can be very skillful on their day. Maybe more depth on the defense is pretty hard. But it's about when do you turn up? Exactly. When do you turn up? Angel, who do you think is going to the Super Bowl right now? To be honest, and this might shock you, from the AFC side is the New England Patriots, and I think you are the New England Patriot fan. I think they have a really good side. They have a really good side with a young quarterback, and the defense is playing amazing. So, and they're really the only consistent team right now. New England Patriots have won 6 in a row. They have 2 big battles versus the Bills as well. So hopefully they can beat them. Now I'm trying to sound like a New England Patriot fan. Like I said, I'm not a fan of them, but they're just playing really sound football. And they're playing the Patriot way. They're doing their job. They're doing everything they need to do. NFC side, I still like the Rams, to be honest, somehow. I do. I think the Cardinals are up there. The Cardinals have a chance to go Super Bowl. Green Bay is really starting to get around Rodgers again. Green Bay looks a bit scary on the NFC, but I think the Rams have more pieces in play, and if they get their team together, you know, they're out of sorts. If they get their team together, they'll be hard. They'll be hard to stop the Rams. But right now, if I would say, I'd say New England versus Green Bay. I'd say that would probably be maybe, you know, six games from now. That was probably the best. A QB would never try and hit someone because of injury. Plus, their pads are way smaller than the rest of the players. No, I get you. I understand a QB. I don't want Ben to go down there and run down someone and knock him over. I'm just saying you need some fundamental football, and if you drop the ball, don't worry about it. No sweat. Don't go crazy. And some players are just too emotional. It is an emotional game. I get that, but I sometimes see it just more factual. You know, you drop the ball, go back to the huddle, try again. If you get say a 40-yard, 50-yard play, great, celebrate, but don't over celebrate. Sometimes you see that way too much, and it just makes things a bit hairy because it's a long game. Mac Jones is killing it. Plus the defense is on their point. Yeah, they're playing really well. I do enjoy what they're playing. I'm gonna stream that game, the Monday Night Football, because it's Pats versus Bills. I think it'll be a fun game too. I think it'll be a great game. And Aaron Rodgers chokes in the playoffs. Well, yeah, he's got 1 Super Bowl, and some say he's the best, and they compare him to Big Ben. But other than that. All right, guys. Today. I'm for some reason I'm out of wind. Maybe I haven't been breathing as much while I've been talking. So, and maybe next time I might just do a video because it's easier for me to gather my thoughts and edit it. But we'll see what happens. It's a work in progress, like our Steelers. All right, guys. Thanks everyone for coming into the AFC North Rundown. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Thanks, Angel Glenn, for coming in. I'm going to go outside because it's 1,000,000 degrees, and I'm going to take this Christian Kunens jersey off because it is so damn hot. So thanks everyone for coming in. Sorry, a bit of a match show. It was a bit everywhere, but that's life. It happens. All right, guys. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.